Are you brave enough to enter the world of the Smugglers Caves in Hastings? If you are, you will discover a world of smuggling, cave spiders, World War II air raid shelters, and all sorts of mischief. St Clements Caves are located on Hastings' West Hill. The caves themselves were named after a nearby parish church. Today you can visit the caves as part of the Smugglers Adventure, which tells the story of smugglers of the south coast of 200 years ago. The earliest reference to the caves are about a couple that were discharged from the town's workhouse and lived in the caves from 1783 onwards. They lived at the bottom of Monk's Walk, which is the start of the present-day Smugglers Adventure. This is where you'll first meet Hairy Jack, and more about him later on. The caves were rediscovered in the 1820s by Joseph Golding, whilst he was cutting a garden seat into the side of the cliff above, when he broke through into the vast cavern below. The caves became an attraction in 1864 and were visited by none other than the then Prince and Princess of Wales. During the Second World War, the caves were used as a hospital and air raid shelter, at first for around 200 to 400 people, then to around 900 people as the war drew on. Once the West Hill received a direct hit and the caves remained undamaged. The current Smugglers Adventure opened on the 25th of March 1989, telling the story of the smuggling in the local area. There are dozens of life-size mannequins dotted around the attraction. But be careful, as one does actually move when you approach it. The entrance to the caves is in what used to be the ballroom, which now houses the gift shop. In 1998, the attraction was overhauled, and this is when Hairy Jack made his first appearance. He guides you around the caves. Then, in 2012, the caves had another major overhaul, this time introducing new audio and improved dramatic lighting to really bring the caves to life. And this also adds greatly to the spooky atmosphere of the caves. On the point of spooky tales, how about this one from a technician at the caves? Late one night, a technician was working in the caves all alone. All of a sudden, the voiceover buttons by each exhibit started to go off, all at once. The noises echoed throughout the caves, as if a ghostly figure was walking through pressing them all. The strange thing was, the power was all turned off. The technician ran from the caves in terror, and refused to work alone in the depths again. There are lots of other spooky stories which you'll find on the attraction's website, but if you're a bit squeamish, I perhaps wouldn't read them before you visit. Also of interest is a time capsule buried in the wall placed there in 1966 to commemorate the 900th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, and is due to be opened in the year 2066. So do come and visit the Smugglers Adventure if you're coming to Hastings, but be warned there are lots of spirits down there. And I'm not just talking about the rum.